All right, well, hello, I'm Chris, and this is my 68 through 72 GM8 body Chevelle with the correct TRICO refills and blades on them. So I have another video on here with the ANCO blades and refills. Just showing you this one because these are usually broken or missing. They're super hard to find, and they made a lot of these. I usually see them painted black. Has a little button there, and a little button to release it, but they fit on and appear correct. You know, just in case you can't find any of those, or until you find some of those. So the correct parts are TRICO wiper arms, TRICO wiper blade, and a TRICO wiper blade refill. So the originals used a 16-inch TRICO wiper blade refill. That's a part number. O'Reilly Auto Parts did have it, but I had to order it, and it took 3 days to get it. I think they're around $7 or $8, but you can still get the refills, which is great. So I have a friend that has Chevelle parts, and a pile of about 50 wiper blades. He had about 40 of these black ANCOs. They were just exactly like this, but they were just steel painted black. These are stainless. And in that whole pile, he had those two right there. And of these two, one of them is an original TRICO and one of them is an older reproduction. Okay, so these were not broke when I first got them. They were just bent out like that, where somebody had just pulled the refill off because it has a little clip on it. And I took some needle nose pliers and carefully straightened that. But see how it's got to be shaped like that? And I was carefully trying to bend it, and these things just broke off just like that. So in this video, we're going to do a little repair, give you an idea how you would even fix that. So in this factory TRICOs, you're going to have one end that kind of hangs over, and then one that's just flat. So the little clip goes on that flat side. That's just how they go in there, and you see how that little clip is locked in, but we got a broke one. And the reason I'm showing you that is if you're at a junkyard or somewhere trying to buy some of these used ones, you better make 100% sure that they look like that, because these were just a little bit bent and I barely moved them, and all of them, both of them broke on both. Kind of made me mad for about an hour, but we're gonna go ahead and fix these and see if that works out or not. So we'll take them back off at the end, but you would get some pliers, some good pliers, pinch that. So now we're gonna talk about these. We're gonna take them apart and show you what's going on in here, so in case you're trying to fix yours. So they got a little hole right here. You're gonna press this, push that little spring in, you can feel it bounce. Be very careful when you do this. Okay. Be very careful when you do that. This is stainless. They can be sharp and slice you open. So the reproductions were just as fragile on these little arms or whatever that hold the blade in. See how the ANCO was a completely different design. These are like pressed and squished and stressed, so that's why they break so easy. These, you can bend these around pretty easy, and both of them broke very easy. Look, see, it just broke off. So two of these is going to cost $40 for new reproductions, but in this video we're going to try a way to repair that, because I know there's people out there that have the clip side broken. All the other little ones are good on both of them, but both of the sides the clips went on, the refills were jerked out, ripped them, weakened them, and they broke. So we're going to go ahead and take one apart, give you an idea what's going on here when you're trying to unclip it. And there's a spring in here that's going to give it tension, that's going to bend it to the contours of the windshield. And if you ever have some of these that are maybe stuck right here, or the spring's going bad, they won't contour the windshield, and you know, may give you issues when they're trying to get the water out of the way. So there is a spring in there. Let's see if that's even possible to maybe readjust the spring to give it more tension. So if you are going to take one apart, it's a last resort. I would not recommend it, because we already broke one of the little tabs off, and we may break them all trying to squish this back down. As you look on both sides, and they'll have like a little gate. See how one of those little tabs is bent, pushed into the little gate? The other side does not have a gate on it. So see the one that's in the space right there? I got a little pick and raised it up, and got a screwdriver and just slowly lifted it up. Got some kind of dikes or some kind of pliers, and then I would twist it just a little bit until I would get the other one on that little space. We're talking about putting some more tension on the spring in case yours is weak. You see how a good spring is like that. Let's just bend it a little bit more. Okay, so we put a little bit on it. Okay, so just remember the side with the little groove going through this way. So the spring, just get this through it first. Okay, now this one's going to be hard to get in because you're going through 3 little holes, so be patient. We're just going to get that through. Okay, so there's little spaces that you can get the spring in and then push it over. It's kind of hard to show this, but just with a screwdriver, we're going to get that first one. So we got the first one started. Now we got to push that all the way down through that hole. This can be tricky. Be patient and you'll get it. Down on the table. All right. So then this can turn. You're trying to clock where you can see that spring in the bottom because you're going to push in from the top. All right, see there's no spring. We're turning this. See how the spring jumped in there? Once the spring's in there like that, you can lock this back in. So we got to turn it until one of those little teeth can lock in there. So just, yeah. So it is difficult to take them apart and put them back together. You see one little tooth broke off. I actually put those scratches on there trying to take them off like this at first. That did not work, so use a little pick if you got to do that. And we readjusted that spring and these do feel a lot tighter now. So someone asked me how to get that spring off. This is how you do it. Okay, these are just soft jaws so you don't scratch your parts up. So these are just average size needle nose pliers. These are kind of a step up. That's all we're using. Okay, right here and right there. Okay, off. We're gonna put it back on. No smoke and mirrors here. It's very simple to do this. There. Just like that. This little clip right here, if it comes out, little clip, if it comes out, you need to bend that out so you don't lose this. Just trying to stretch it out. Okay. So what we're doing is we're trying to make one of those, and we're gonna have to fit it in right here where you don't notice it. So this is the idea. See how much trial and error I went through. I finally figured it out to be this. I'll show you how to make it. So we need a piece of stainless to repair it. These are some old ones off my G20 van. Got stainless in there. These are just some random ones I found in a dumpster. See, I got a piece of stainless. Might use this one. So this piece is actually pretty hard to make. You see all the trial and error, and we finally ended up with something like this that works. So let's figure out how we make it. So we're just gonna have to keep bending it and fitting it and fitting it until we get something like this. Get your new refill, and remember this is the one with the locks going in, so we got to custom fit it for that lock. See, we custom fit it where that lock is perfect. Okay, so there's the other side, the good side. We're just trying to custom fit it into the wiper blade on the bad side. Okay, so we're just gonna JB weld and hopefully it turns out okay, so we don't get it all over the blade. Okay, so we got a position where we want it. We're gonna let it dry. So the epoxy's dried. See, we haven't even cleaned it up and it already looks pretty good. All I'm doing is just trimming the epoxy down with the razor blade. Quadruple zero, kind of even them all up. So the repair came out looking real good. Can't even notice it. So we made our repair. See how our clip fits in there real good now. Looks perfect. I like it. So that repair, it's no joke. It came out perfect. You can't even tell it was ever broke. So if you don't really feel like messing with it, for $40 you can get some reproductions. Let's check one out right now. Okay, so I got these on eBay from these guys right here. Check them out. They sell these for, I think, $18.99 free shipping, or $38.99 for both of them with free shipping. For $40 you can get a set. Let's see how good they look compared to an original. Looks pretty good. Let's see if the wiper refills interchange. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy another one of these reproductions for my car because they have the ANCO style. See how these are like real frail and kind of pressed, and then these are actually bendable. So these reproductions, I'll like them a lot. So okay, so the reproduction came with this refill. Let's see if the actual TRICO refills fit this one too. So last thing, and let's see if the reproductions fit here good. Kind of tight, but I think that's okay. Yeah, they're locked. I like that. It looks good. So which one is the new reproduction and which one is the one that I repaired? Really can't tell. This is the reproduction from these guys. Just search 68 to 72 chevelle 16-inch TRICO and you'll see that. So there's the ANCO one again. And seeing these all fixed up and done like they're supposed to be, now this one's starting to look weird to me. So that's it for the video. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.